Lounge, man. Everyone put your hands together. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. We got our brother and our partner here. He's a new member for Gooses Talk, y'all. Put your hands together for Larry. We call him El Boogie. Yeah, he's the owner. He's a big dog, too. He's the owner of Light It Up Cigars. So each and every week, we got different activities going down at Light It Up, man. Shout out to Light It Up and the whole family. Shout out to Wifey. Make sure you tell her that we always send her love, and she's always welcome to the show here at Goose's Cigar Talk, okay?
She's at work today.
So, Goose, we were talking earlier, and we left off. I would like to pick up 11 years ago when you purchased this land in this building.
Right.
Let's start from right there.
Well, we didn't purchase the land back then. We purchased it 3 years ago off the older family of HVAC fame here in Limerick. They're a great oil and HVAC company. And we rented off them for 7 years. And then we were fortunate enough that they sold the property and the building to us, which was a great thing. But it's a labor of love, Flo. It's a labor of love. As Larry, you have a passion for this industry. You have a passion for cigars.
Yes.
And the people that come into your place of business, they see that.
Yep.
And you gotta be passionate about what you do. You got to get excited about it. And that's what we do here. We have a lot of fun here. It's you walk in, you can't. I always say, Flo, if you can't have fun in a cigar lounge, you can't have fun anywhere, right, Larry?
Nope, can't.
But I'm enjoying this oven by AJ Fernandez.
He's unbelievable. Shout out to AJ. Big shout out to him, man. He comes up with some unbelievable blends and unbelievable cigars. Does. Shout out to him. Big shout out to 28 Black. 28 Black is over 28 hours of energy. That extra 4 hours, man, Larry, she'll love it too. We also got some tea that we'll talk about. But you can come right here to Goose's Lounge in order to get 28 Black. We have 5 different flavors. It is delicious. 28 Black is the energy drink for champions. So if you're into energy drinks, no taurine at all, no crash. Larry sells it at his shop at Light It Up. So you can go to Light It Up to get 28 Black. It has no taurine in it. It doesn't give you the jitters, doesn't give you the crash. Hey, and it's vegan. So if you're vegan, you know what I mean, and you don't do the whole meat thing and the whole pause. If you don't do none of that, then 28 Black is the energy drink for you. So make sure you check out 28 Black. Big shout out to Tree Rolls. Big shout out to Frontier Cigars. Big shout out to Pure Bull. Shout out to everybody who loves and supports right here at Goose's Cigar Talk. Goose, how big is your place here? What's the square footage of it, of the land, inside, and how did you get started with the cigars? Like your first cigar, how did that all go about? How you started selling cigars? I'm gonna ask Larry the same question too, but once you got the building and you signed the paperwork for the building, how did you get your first cigars in here?
Well, the thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to partner with a big player in the industry. And as Larry knows, and as you know, Flo, the big players in the industry are Altadas USA, which used to be Consolidated Cigar Company, and General Cigar, which has been General Cigar for a long time. They've had that name. And then there's what I call the big, huge boutique companies like Oliva, Rocky Patel, Ashton Cigar. Alec Bradley is, I don't know how many sticks they produce a year, but they're a big player now. Right. J.C. Newman. But we wanted to belly up to the biggest player with the biggest names. And I was fortunate enough that I knew Jim Colucci, who at the time, did you know Jim? Larry? No, this was back in 2008, 2009. And he signed us up a Monte Cristo Lounge. I told this story to Flo, sight unseen. He just trusted me that I was going to produce a good quality product here. And down through the years, as your lounge has probably evolved, things evolve. This looks like nowhere near what it looked like 11 years ago. Nowhere near. It's evolved into, and it's my wife's touch. Joanne has designed this place like a living room. You know, it's It's got very much of a homey and nice feeling to it.
Yes, it does.
So I can't wait to come to your place.
We have a spot called the living. We have a spot called the living room. A couple of couches, chair, and a lot of our members they call that the living room.
Yeah.
TV, sound bar, nice and dim, not too bright. They love it.
Wow. Yeah, if you make them feel like they're at home and it's clean, it's important that it's clean. It's kept clean, and I'm a big fan of these chairs on our back wall where the guys can elevate their feet. You know, they can sit in a chair and they can prop up their feet and, you know, feel like a big shot for about 4 or 5 hours while they're
and
here.
fall asleep.
That's right. Have you ever considered being a branded lounge? Have you ever been approached by Newman or Oliva or Rocky or
nobody?
No, wait. We had a conversation. We had a conversation last week. I told him that you and I would have a conversation with a couple different cigar brands, and we're gonna get some newer as in cigars, not newer as in cigars that you already carry some great brands. You got people coming off of from the Delaware County who absolutely love your spot. They're walking down the street, they're walking down the strip, they stop in. You always have different cigars and different flavors and stuff that people always purchase and buy.
Right.
But we also, Goose carries some other cigars that you will also love to have in your humidor to expand your genre of cigars, right?
Always.
Okay. All right. Let's make sure I put that the right way.
Now, branded, we reached out to Francisco Amalti.
Oh, okay.
DBL. And we're going to, he was at our lounge last Thursday. Shout out to Francisco and Rick.
Great guys.
They're possibly going to, sit down and talk to them a little bit more about being a DBL lounge.
Great.
The one that I know of is in Gettysburg.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that they have right now that I saw.
Oh, okay.
So, they're in our lounge so much. They're there 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, he makes such a great quality product. When we roasted my basketball coach here, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, we had 60 people in this room, in both rooms, 60 people. And Francisco sat there in front of the TV. You should ask him about this. He sat in front of the TV with a rolling table, not having anything to do with what's going on. And he sat there like a true citizen, like a true trooper. He's just a first-class guy. Yeah.
And rolling.
Yeah. He's a first-class guy. You ever hear of Jesus Castañón?
No.
Jesus Castañón is another fellow from the Dominican. Actually, he's got Cuban roots. His father came to the United States in the 60s.
Okay.
And Jesus rolls a great Cuban-esque cigar.
Okay.
The way Cuban cigars are rolled. He's coming back into the States. He spends most of his time now in the Dominican, but he's coming back to the States in about a month. I'll send him your way.
Okay. Appreciate it.
He's a great guy.
Now, speaking of great guys, I had Rami from General Cigars in my lounge over the weekend.
Great guy.
And talked about him coming up here to the podcast.
Hey, we would love to have him for the podcast.
Yeah.
He said, just let him know, as long as he's not doing anything, he'll show up.
That's great. Yeah, thank you.
No problem at all.
Well, if it's okay with you guys, I want you guys to go back and forth, man. This is Goose's Cigar Talk, and I want you guys to just talk cigars. Goose, if you could start about, with the whole Monte Cristo thing and the whole situation, can you just talk about some of the different cigars that are in your humidor? And Larry, after he's done, I want you to ask him some very difficult questions and talk about some of the cigars that are in your humidor. And how can we expand that both ways, whether it's cigars that Goose is maybe, need to carry that you have and vice versa. Is that all right?
Oh, that's good.
All right, that's good.
All right.
So, Larry, I'll let you go first. Talk about some of the cigars that are in your humidor and maybe some of these, because you got a opportunity to see Goose's humidor. What are maybe 1 or 2 different brands that Goose needs to go that when you come up here that he might not have or people might want to go and expand on, and Goose can do the same thing?
Well, I know personally, every cigar lounge doesn't carry everything.
Right.
And it doesn't work in every lounge. I've had different brands in my lounge, Cornelius and Anthony for one. Had them in there for a while. They went great in the beginning, but then afterwards they dipped off. And once they dipped off, we decided not to sell them again. Same thing with Villiger. Villiger started off with them, did okay, but then afterwards it fell off. I mean, to me, certain cigars aren't for every lounge.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Right.
I don't know if some of the cigars that we sell that you don't sell will work up here.
Right.
I have several African American brands. Emperor's Cut. I have another brand, Definition Cigars, and the third one I have right now is Rooster Smokehouse, which is a brand new. They just been out since 2020. Not too popular right now, but the two that we have in our lounge is the Accountant and the Genius. The Genius works real well in our lounge. It's a Connecticut wrapper. A lot of people consider it is comparable to the I can't think of the name of the cigar right now. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It's called the Genius.
It's called the Genius.
Is it Evil Genius? There was a company out of Allentown. Great guy.
No, these guys are based out of DC.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of the brand. I have to look it up. I can't think of the brand, but people tell me it reminds them of that certain brand, and they love it. I'm about to get it back. We're sold out right now. Just sold the last couple of ones today, so we're gonna get some more back in there and let them buy it.
Now you buy direct from their factory?
Buy direct from them. Yes.
Out of the Dominican or Nicaragua?
Dominican.
Dominican. That's great. Right now they're having the Pro Cigar event down in Dominican.
Okay.
A lot of the big names. We had Travis, who's in charge of education at Altadas. He was headed there, I believe, today, the Dominican, for the Pro Cigar event in Dominican. But I wish, Flo, I got to tell you a story about Jesus, though. One time I'm in a car, and I'm traveling down the road, and my phone rings, and I have him in there as Jesus.
Okay.
So he calls me, and I see Jesus is calling me. I said, "Oh boy, I must have gotten in an accident or something. It's not a good thing." But Jesus, I'll send Jesus your way. He's it's all a matter, I think, Larry, of you want to support the people behind the brand.
Yes.
And when somebody comes into that humidor, you like so-and-so, and you like their approach to the business, and you want to support them. So naturally you'll be, for lack of a better way of saying it, I don't like to say this, but you're pushing that cigar. You don't want to sound like a pusher.
Right.
But I think a better word for it is promoting it.
Right. Here, promoting, right.
Try this cigar at this price point. And we take an unusual approach here. When a rep comes in, like Rami comes in or Tom Stroud with Altadis, I encourage them to give samples to people in the lounge. A lot of lounge people don't like that because that's stealing a sale from you. But I look at that as a perk of their membership.
Correct.
You know, that's a perk that I can offer them. And if I hand somebody a cigar, like these H. Upman by AJ, I like to tell you how much that cigar costs. Now, I think, well, I have the slip right here. It's about a $9 stick. So when I give that to somebody and it's a $9 stick, I smoke that cigar, and keep in mind that if you really like that cigar is going to cost you $9.
Right.
And you got to keep that in your head to determine whether that cigar is worth it. Now, Altadas had a cigar called, what is it? It was like an anniversary cigar of Monte Cristo. It was a $100 cigar.
Okay.
$100, unbelievable cigar. Would I spend $100 for it? I think I would, because it was that. I mean, I looked at the ash it looked like a jet engine. I looked up into the cigar, and it was so enjoyable, and it smoked so evenly. But what's the most expensive cigar you ever smoked?
Might have been the Cohiba M. That's the only one so far. Cohiba M.
How much was that?
Which we sell that for $30 a stick.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it? Would you buy it for $30?
Oh yeah, and we sell a lot of them in our lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're on backwater right now, but we sell a lot of them.
Yeah. Now, what shape do you sell the most of in your humidor? Do you sell Toros, Churchills?
We sell more Toros and Gordos 6x60.
Oh,
Those are the main ones everybody likes. A lot of people now they're gravitating to my father Jaime Garcia. What is it? The Super Gordo.
Mm-hmm.
People are loving those. They're buying that big stick. They really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Can't keep them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Now that cigar I was just thinking about, J. London.
Okay.
That Rooster Smokehouse reminds them of the J. London cigar.
Okay.
Which J. London we don't carry.
Yeah. Where are they? Are they out of England, J. London?
Yes.
They're out of England?
Yep.
Like Regius. You ever hear of Regius cigars?
Yes.
They're out of England.
Okay. Never smoked it before.
Yeah, we have them in the humidor. They're doing pretty well. Do you know Ron Melindy with
No.
Vertigo? He's
No.
a broker. He's a broker, and he represents Blanco cigars. Do you know David Blanco?
No.
He makes what I like about David is that he donates money back to veterans associations. He makes cigars with like American flags and American colors on them, and they're
Okay.
really cool.
Like for like Cigars for Warriors?
Yeah. That is a great. Do you support them? Do you give them?
Yes, we're actually a donation center for Cigar for Warriors.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Who's your representative?
They've changed.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but I get emails all the time from him.
Yeah. I
All
think
the time.
he's from Allentown. I forget his name. Rick, I think his name is. But it's one thing about smoking a cigar, you can't remember anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's great, always great to have you.
Oh yeah, always.
And light up
Always.
cigar. Put light up cigar up there again, Justin. So everybody knows where it is. There you go. 230 West Baltimore Pike, Clifton Heights, Pennsylvania. Support your local brick and mortar. Support Gooses. Because every day we battle, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here, Larry, but we battle the online presence, the online.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. We want to do online, but it's kind of hard to compete with the big guys, CI, Thomas, Mike's. It's hard for us to compete with them.
Yeah. It's we found that during COVID, our box sales increased by 100% because people didn't want to buy 2 or 3 cigars. They didn't want to come back.
Right.
So they were buying a lot of boxes. It was really a double-edged sword. COVID was a double-edged sword for us. Did you find the same thing that people?
Well, during that time, also worked for American Airlines during the day, but during that time, I was out on medical, and I said that I was making it a point to go inside the lounge every single day, 7 days a week, and sit there for hours and let people call me and say, I want this, I want this, I want this. I would pack them up. I would have them send me the money via Cash App, and they pull up. I hand the sticks right out to the door. I'll walk them outside with a stick in the bag, handing them to them, and they keep going. And we did real well during that time. Real well.
Oh yeah.
I was doing it 7 days a week. Didn't matter. Nobody else wanted to come. None of my partners wanted to come and do it. I did it every day. Told them they could stay home, relax, take it easy.
Yeah. Well, God bless you. That's called devotion to your business.
Yes.
That's for sure. Yeah, it was. I called the local police before when it really got bad in March of 2020, and I said I was going to do curbside service, and they were okay with that. It was like least amount of contact possible.
Right.
You wanted to be a good citizen, and we're going to be coming back with events. We love to have Rami here. Rami's a great guy. We love Rami here. We love General Cigar. The first cigar that I sold in my career was a Macanudo Portofino.
Okay.
Which was 75 cents back in 1979, which now is what, $7.90.
Yeah, expensive.
So
I wish I could pay that amount. I would love it. Speaking of events, we have Ford Cigars with Jim Murray coming in March 17th.
Oh, great.
Have him coming in.
Jim's a great guy, and I agree with that dissection of the company.
Yes, it helps them out helps Rami and helps Jim to not sell the whole portfolio of all the cigars that they have.
Yeah,
helps them a whole lot.
Yeah, I was surfing Facebook or Instagram the other night, and I learned something about Jim. He's a basketball referee.
Yes, yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's I think he refereed the game between Reading High and my old alma mater, which is Holy Name, but now it's Berks Catholic.
Okay.
So I think he refereed that game at the Santander Center. It's easy for me to say, in Reading. But I know Justin's got a hot date here, Larry. So we gotta go. We see Justin's itching. You got a hot date, don't you?
Yeah, my girlfriend's there. You're good. Do your thing.
I think I got to run too. Tonight's date night with my wife, so I got to go home and get the dog. Let's have a round of applause for Justin over here. Great job. Great job as usual. And we'll sign off here for the flow. Thank you for passing the torch to Larry and I. And I think Larry and I could sit here for 2 hours and talk about cigars, which would be very enjoyable. But God bless everyone. Keep smoking cigars, and above all, keep your freedoms. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.